Next up we have, one of our favorite guests to have. Please put your hands together and welcome today's sponsor. He's joining us from the Heggs Automotive Group. Please welcome owner, Big Al Heggs. Come on up, Big Al. Good to have you. Welcome, sir. Have a seat. Sit wherever you want. And good.
I'll partake right here.
Let me get this out of the way. A lot of times people bring stuff and then they don't clean up after themselves. We'll make a note to talk about that at the next production meeting. Which, by the way, when do we have a next production meeting? We've never had one. You wouldn't know by just how smooth this runs. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Good to have you back at Mesa Morning Live. Tell us, and thanks for being a sponsor, and tell us what you're up to these days.
Well, I guess since the last time we were here, we just had the Dodge store at that point in time in the Chrysler facility on 6130 East Auto Park Drive. Since then, we've actually built the first standalone Jeep store in the United States. Really? On the other side of the freeway, so which specializes in Jeep and Jeep only service and sales and upfits and all the sorts. And our other project that we actually are very proud of and everybody in Mesa has shown some love towards is our new Pegasus rental car, which is actually at Mesa Gateway Airport. We opened 5 months ago and it's been doing quite well. So we're trying to touch each area of Mesa and do our best to be great citizens of the community. Well,
I don't know if I should be the one to divulge this, but Al's ultimate goal, he will take over the world. he's just starting with Mesa. So now, I'm just trying to get on your good side.
No.
When you're running everything. So now when you're on both sides of the freeway now.
Yes.
So no matter which direction you're going, you get off the road and boom.
You can't miss us.
Yeah.
You can't miss us. We have signage on the side of the freeways and we're tagged on both sides of the freeway as well. So
that's great. Well, I know you're a modest man, but talk a little bit about, this is just one example of giving back with donating a truckload of water. Talk a little bit about some of the other projects that you and your team are involved with.
Well, we have great people in the community leaders that have come to us for different types of projects. Some of our favorite, my most near and dear, is Oakwood Creative Care with Sherry Friend, which is, that's one that we've actually gotten more engaged with over the course of the years. Obviously, my grandmother going through that process, and it became closer to me and Kevin facilitating some of the things so we could get engaged in her gala. And as well as with Dave and those guys at the food bank, which is also something very close to us, feeding the community. And with Kevin Thompson, our councilman, who has come and done a lot of things and assisting us to be able to expand as we have in the community. So it's a lot of things that give us the chance to give back because Mesa loves us, so we love Mesa. So there's no doubt in my mind that we need to do the things that we're doing. The only thing that I say, and Kevin and I always discuss it, that more people in the community, business community, should do more of the things that we're doing. So if everybody gives a little, man, it can go a long way. That means that the impact can be greater, but not so exhausting on one or two different entities. If everybody does their part, their small share, we can do a lot more. And we would love to do a lot more. We just, sometimes you exhaust those resources when we're trying to take over the world, as you say. Mm-hmm. Those things aren't cheap. so but we're doing all we can, and we will continue to do so.
Well, that's great. Well, you encourage those around you to follow your example and do that, so that's cool. Hey, there's a lot of talk about Tesla in the green car market. Talk a little bit about what's going on with Fiat Chrysler. There's some innovation there too.
Yes, actually, we're targeting some of our main vehicles. Basically, Jeep is our main thing. This is one of the top selling vehicles in the nation for the last 4 years running, from 1 million units that were sold from 2015 up to now 2018, we've sold probably 4 million of those units in that short period of time. But trucks, obviously trucks in this community, as well as all over the United States, are always an entity. It's very difficult to make those a hybrid type vehicle because you need the power to continue to maximize its usage. But we have hybrid vehicles as well, the Pacificas, our new van. We have hybrid, our Durangos. We have a few vehicles that are friendly as far as the economy is concerned, but environment is concerned, I'm sorry. But we're still Dodge is still all about power. That's what we are, but we're doing the things that people like to have and fun vehicles that people enjoy driving.
That's right. That's awesome. Yeah, and your new project, Pegasus?
Pegasus is the new project, so you can actually rent cars from Pegasus. We actually developed Pegasus for various reasons when you go out to Mesa Gateway Airport, and I hope nobody from Enterprise is in here, and I doubt that they are, but the fact that when you go to rent a car, you go rent a car for $125 a day for a mid-sized car, or you go get a truck for $200 a day. That is just ludicrous. So we said, well, we could have a car dealership. Why not have rentals and service those vehicles as well? So we developed Pegasus Rental Car, where you can rent in all 3 locations. But we just didn't come to be a cheaper version of what Enterprise is. We just want to be a better version to give people the opportunity to come and rent cars at an efficient amount of money and have something really nice to drive. So that's what that developed it. And so as we've opened in 4.5 months, we've been averaging about 100 cars a day on the road. So it's been really, really, really good.
That's awesome. Well, hey, as a former NBA player, and we were talking a little bit about the finals, that might be over tonight.
No, I think the brooms are out. Yeah, the brooms are in the rafters tonight. It's very difficult to beat a dynasty like that, and it's just incredible what they're doing.
By the way, maybe next week the Suns can draft the #1 pick and start their own dynasty. What do you think of that?
They should. It starts with the only way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So you got to start somewhere.
Right. Well, the Suns have always needed a big man, and we're glad Mesa's got a big man. Thank you for doing everything that you do. As a little, if you were a coach and this is your team right here, give a little 30-second pep talk on what everybody out here, not only here at Mesa Morning Live, but watching at home, can do to help make Mesa and the entire Valley of the Sun a better place to live.
My thing is, we were talking about this at the food bank the other day. If you live somewhere, you should make it a better place. Regardless of what you can do, your contributions aren't going to be equal in sacrifice, equal in giving. It's never going to be equal in giving, but it can be equal in sacrifice. Everybody can sacrifice a great deal to assist somebody in the community in which you live. They just gave you an opportunity to say it's $150. Everybody in here has $150 in our community, in our office, in our homes, or somewhere. You can do it with your kids. Just go out and say, hey, this is how you give back to somebody else in the community in which you live. So, like I said, Mesa loves us, and we love Mesa, and we'll do all we can to make it a better place to be.
Boom. Now, who's going to say no to that? Big Al, thanks for being with us here this morning, and thanks for being a great member of the community 24/7, 365. It's a pleasure to have you here.
No, it's a pleasure.
Big Al Heggs right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks. You got it.